We've got a virtual tour of the India a la Art exhibit. We'll get artsy with Irving Chalk the Block ICTN edition. We'll check out Texas Lottery Live, and we'll celebrate Flag Day with a very special concert. All this and more coming up About Town. Happy Independence Day, everyone, and welcome to About Town. I'm Kathy Whiteman. Thanks so much for tuning in today for an update on Mainstage Irving Las Colinas and news on Camp Real Girl Power. And Susan Stevens has reviews of Irresistible and Relic. As always, we'd love to have your feedback. Tell us the creative ways you've been coping with COVID or stories you'd like to see on the show. You can email us at ictn@cityofirving.org or connect with us on social media. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. We'd love to hear from you. Neighbors, civic groups, and city departments all turned out for Irving Chalk the Block to welcome summer with some truly creative chalk art. ICTN got in on the act too. Here's a look.
Irving Chalk the Block. Irving Chalk the Block.
These kids are getting their hands dirty and expressing themselves through some of their favorite color palettes.
Well, my favorite color is purple, but I'm trying not to use as much purple as possible. And purple, green, and orange, they really go well together, so I like using these. And I like the yellow that I use. It's like a pastel yellow, so it's really nice.
I'm trying to blend all the different colors so that I can have like a nicer portrayal.
ICTN joins in on the fun as the city continues to get out and show off their artistic skills by safely creating chalk drawings.
So I'm gonna draw kind of like a beach with a palm tree, probably right there next to the sun. And it's gonna be like a really big one. I'm probably gonna have purple and blue mixed together. It's gonna make like a purple and blue kind of theme.
I put together a nice little beach with a beach ball and a flower crown on it. I also did an attempt at the Aurora Borealis. Didn't come out as I planned, but it's still good. I also put a happy pride for those who celebrate Pride out there.
I did a rainbow. I drew the sun. I drew a lot of fruit. I drew an apple, an orange. I tried drawing like a pear and a pineapple, but it didn't really turn out that great. But I still had a lot of fun doing it.
Chalk the Block brings out the upbeat and colorful side of our community, making these dim days a little brighter. For About Town, this is Susan Stevens.
We had a lot of fun, even if the rain completely washed it away the very next day. Thank goodness for video. You can also catch ICTN producer Brett Wheeler's coverage of Irving Chalk the Block at youtube.com/thecityofirving. With the recent spike in coronavirus cases, there is a temporary pause in reopening, but the Texas Lottery Live concerts resumed last week with health protocols in place. Here's Susan with more.
The psychedelic rock band Atlantis Aquarius kicks off the return of the Texas Lottery Live concert series.
This is our first night to have a band out here since COVID-19 hit. We're excited to have them on board.
We love it. We've actually done this stage 2 or 3 times now. We're glad to be back. You can't beat it. It's great. Great stage, great sound, great people.
The Texas Lottery Plaza at Toyota Music Factory is following CDC guidelines to make sure attendees are having fun and being safe.
We've taken a bunch of precautions, spacing out tables and furniture so people are out here safe, and we're giving away free masks, we're passing out hand sanitizers. We barricaded the front of the stage off, giving the band a little bit of space so no one's rushing. We've got extra security night, we're encouraging people to socially distance themselves, just trying to make sure everybody's safe and having a good time tonight.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott has given the green light to reopen the plaza, making organizers excited to bring more entertainment back to the community.
Irving plays a big part of this. I see all the Irving City Council, the Chamber of Commerce, they're always out here, always wanting to help push and promote Irving businesses. We got a bunch of local owners here, so This is important for the community as just as much as it is for us.
Community, culture, fellowship, we need more unity, and if the people can just unite. You know, music will bring people together. That's a good reason to be out tonight.
Texas Lottery Live will have local bands performing every Friday night through the end of July. For About Town, this is Susan Stevens.
Check the website toyotamusicfactory.com for a list of upcoming Texas Lottery Live events and any updates on coronavirus precautions. Mainstage Irving Las Colinas has exciting news in the works for July 23rd through August 1st, a production of An Act of God. Clayton Cunningham and Cass Prince join us with the details and an update on health protocols at the Irving Arts Center. Hello, Clayton.
Hi, how are you, Kathy? It's great to be with you.
It is great to be with you, and I want to say hello to Cass, too.
Good afternoon.
Great to see you. Thanks for popping in because you've got some pretty important news for us. We've had some changes in status because of the recent spike in the coronavirus numbers. So the Irving Arts Center is on top of things. Tell us what you've got planned.
We are learning to be flexible, and we're getting really good at it.
Amen.
So we have protocols for both just the regular building being open to the public, the galleries, and then some very specific protocols for the theaters when we are ready to welcome folks back. And the first of those is one entrance. You will now enter to go to the theaters behind the sculpture garden near the administrative offices. Everyone will come through that one door. They'll be greeted by staff, and they'll have their print-at-home tickets, and they'll be directed down one hallway or the other, depending on which theater they're going to. And there'll be a box office temporarily located right at that door. So those that are picking up tickets or need to buy tickets can step right in to that office and then rejoin the line. The theaters are going to be cleaned with electrostatic sprayers, which we're kind of excited about. It's going to allow us to turn the theater over quickly on days that an organization like Mainstage has 2 performances. Touchless scanning will take care of the ticket reading at the doors, and there'll be 2 entrances depending on where your seat is located, and then you'll exit kind of like they do in church, 1 row at a time through the door that you entered in, so that we have appropriate social distance and everyone gets in and out safely.
That is great. It sounds like you guys have really given a lot of thought to keeping people safe and still making them feel comfortable coming to the theater. And that's something that we really want to have happen when it's safe because we miss our theater. Clayton, tell us about this show that Mainstage has coming up.
Well, in July, opening on July 23rd, we have the great comic play, An Act of God by David Javerum. It's a play that answers or tries to answer all the questions that everyone's ever said, why, God, why? You can think of it as a TED Talk by God, with being assisted by his angels Gabriel and Michael. And it's hilarious. You'll enjoy it.
It sounds hilarious. I was able to do a little bit of research beforehand and learned that Sean Hayes played God most recently on Broadway. Who's playing God for Mainstage?
We are very lucky. We have someone who's known to the theater community in Dallas-Fort Worth, and that's Sherry Etzel as God.
Sherry is such a talented actress, and I think that she's going to do things to the role of God that people can't even begin to imagine. So I know we're in for a really fun evening. One of the things that struck me about you guys' selection of this particular play is that you're able to manage social distancing for the actors too. It's I think a 3-person cast?
Yes, it's a 3-person cast. And yes, it's the reason we were originally going to be doing Disaster the Musical, and that just became problematic with the social distancing for our cast and crew. So we made the decision to go to An Act of God, which is a 3 people in the cast. And it gives us the chance to do social distancing and keep everybody safe.
Well, my hat's off to you for you and the Irving Arts Center for coming up with a way to make this possible. Folks have been quarantined for a while. Looks like we're going to be inside a bit more until we get these numbers under control. But here's a great way to enjoy theater, support an outstanding local arts group, get back into the Art Center in a way that's going to be safe and fun for all of us. My hat's off to you guys. Thank you so much for spending some time with me this afternoon. We're going to put this information up on the screen. Dupree Theater, opening July 23rd. And folks, you're going to want to get your tickets soon because, of course, the audience is going to be socially distanced too. So there may not be that many seats available. Let's fill up the ones we can. Thanks, guys. This week, Susan Stevens reviews Jon Stewart's new political satire, Irresistible, and a horror flick that may just keep you up at night, Relic.
We need some way to road test a more rural-friendly message.
If you can't live your principles in the bad times, I guess they aren't principles, they're just hobbies. Nice.
John Wayne and a tractor have a baby, and all you can say is nice. Really nice.
Oh my God, it's so nice.
Colonel Jack Hastings is our key back into the great now swing state of Wisconsin. He just doesn't know it yet.
In Jon Stewart's new political comedy, Irresistible, retired veteran Jack Hastings is now a YouTube sensation. After watching him defend immigrants at a town hall meeting, Democratic strategist Gary Zimmer heads to Deer, Lincoln, Wisconsin to help Jack run for mayor in hopes of swaying the swing state.
Can I be completely honest with you? No bull.
Be nice. My daughter's here.
That was your daughter with her arm up the cow? Guys like me don't know how to talk to guys like you. Do you have a bottle opener?
No, it's just a twist.
Oh,
twist off.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe he does need a bottle.
Maybe use your vest.
But I would like to offer my services. Can we quiet the cows, please? To help me run for mayor of Deer, Lincoln. And if you could get some of them to face front. Oh my God.
Jack agrees to run, and with the help of Jack's daughter Diana and an enthusiastic yet inexperienced team of volunteers, they began a rocky but steady campaign. The people of Deer, Lincoln like Jack, but they're also fans of their current conservative mayor. However, everything changes when the Republican National Committee sends Gary's nemesis Faith to help his opponent.
I am telling you guys, Jack could be the real deal. This little campaign of ours has caught the attention of the National Republican Party. Why are you here?
Because crushing the last piece of hope in your eyes really gets me off. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
You look fat. I'm gonna make a big deal of this.
It's on here, boys. Game on.
Tons of press, lots of money.
This seems a bit crazy.
Unfortunately, the rivalry between Gary and Faith leads to a battle of the smear campaigns, losing sight of what each candidate has to offer.
We can't win unless it turns out that this town isn't the Mayberry everybody thinks it is.
We were the good guys, right?
Yeah, we're the good guys.
When they go low.
We go high.
Unless we also need to go low, apparently.
Only to keep those who would go lower out of power.
So when they go low, we go higher incrementally in relation to how low they went.
Regrettably, yes.
When they go low, we go almost as low, but we feel worse doing it.
I know politics is a touchy subject, but the beauty of Irresistible is that it really doesn't try to sway you on either side. They focus more on how ridiculous a campaign can get and how much it costs. It's not about conservatives versus liberals. Instead, the film makes you question the two-party system. The all-star cast, which includes Steve Carell, Rose Byrne, Chris Cooper, and Mackenzie Davis, all give top-notch, hilarious performances. The banter between Carell and Byrne alone makes this film such a delight. Irresistible is the insightful, laugh-out-loud comedy you need during this election year, putting in perspective what's truly important in a leadership role. Don't miss out on one of the best films of the year.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
No,
that's what are you even doing?
I'm from
Well,
here.
that's always a great and
Thank you so
spirited
much.
discussion.
Irresistible.
Now for a horror flick that will chill audiences to their bones. IFC Midnight's new movie, Relic. In the film, a grandmother played by Robin Naveen hasn't been feeling herself lately. Her daughter and granddaughter, played by Emily Mortimer and Bella Heathcote, come to check on her and find something far more disturbing than what they imagined.
Mom! She called me a few weeks ago. I think she was scared. She thought someone was coming into the house.
key?
Do you know where you were, Mum?
I suppose I went out.
What's this?
I was on the property when your grandfather inherited it. His mind wasn't there in the end. You can't put Gran in a home. She can't live on her own anymore. She has to be watched.
Through an eerie, slow burn approach, Relic explores the connection of 3 generations of women who are haunted by the fear of aging and dementia. The film does drag a bit in the middle, but remains captivating through its unique telling of the horrors of watching a loved one perish to an illness. Relic is a terrifying heartbreak, and it's absolutely worth the watch. For About Town, this is Susan Stevens.
There's nothing under the bed, Mum.
Will you check for me?
I'm here to help you, Mum.
I can see you. This house seems unfamiliar.
Irresistible and Relic are available on video-on-demand platforms. On Flag Day, the hills were alive with the sound of music. By the hills, I mean University Hills, and the music was provided by the Irving Symphony Orchestra's brass ensemble. Here's a look at how a dedicated homeowners association, plus talented musicians, and a couple of flatbed trucks equaled a great way to celebrate Flag Day.
It's a mobile musical caravan.
The idea started basically with let's put a couple pickup trucks out there, maybe some small trailers with some musicians in them.
Well, it was actually birthed out of watching a video on Facebook.
I thought, oh man, what a great idea.
Welcome to Music in the Hills, a musical caravan turned parade that just might grow into a new tradition in the University Hills neighborhood.
Next year we'll see. If it goes over big this year, maybe we'll expand it.
The spark for the idea was a birthday celebration Jan Hopwood spotted on Facebook. Like many events canceled by COVID, a trip for the couple to New Orleans was out of the question, so they did the next best thing.
For his 50th birthday, she came up with the idea of getting a jazz trumpeter to come and play on the sidewalk.
Jan thought that idea would play well in Irving, too.
So from that, I went to Tom and I said, you know, I think it would be such a great idea for University Hills to do something like that.
It kind of blossomed from what we originally envisioned.
We're so excited because we all love the Irving Symphony.
And then we said, well, maybe we should ask the mayor if he wants to come. And so we decided that we'd add a little more to it.
And so a parade celebrating Flag Day was born. Mayor Rick Stouffer, Mayor Pro Tem Oscar Ward, neighborhood groups, and a four-legged friend or two made a great parade for neighbors waiting on their lawns to enjoy the celebration and great music. It wasn't a simple undertaking to put together.
We put a committee together, and so we had probably 9-10 people working on it.
But it was well worth the effort.
All kinds of music, Dixieland, jazz, pop tunes, Broadway, you name it.
It's just so wonderful to be able to get outside, number one, and number two, to see our neighbors that we haven't seen in such a long time.
You can safely hear it from your lawn, from the street, on a comfortable chair. So we bring the music to you.
This is Kathy Whiteman reporting. We'll be sharing some of the Music in the Hills concert on Irving's virtual 4th of July. Camp Real Girl Power is coming up soon, and here to tell us more about it is Anyechia Antia Obong. Anyechia, so great to see you.
Thank you. So good to see you too over Zoom. Hello.
Yes, via Zoom. We love Zoom. We have learned to love Zoom more and more. So folks that are familiar with About Town have seen your beautiful work on the show, and they may also know you in the community as someone who teaches yoga, because I think you've done that in Irving too, but they may not know about you as a filmmaker. So Camp Real Girl Power is a way for you to bring all of those things that you love together. So tell us a little bit about it.
Yes, thank you, Kathy. Absolutely. Camp Real Girl is a wonderful opportunity for me to bring together the things that I have been doing for quite a while. So Camp Real Girl is all about empowerment. It's about building self-esteem, self-acceptance, and self-love, and transforming young lives through the power of movement, mindfulness, and movie magic.
Okay, so those are your three pillars. Why did you select those three as things that will help you sort of with the goals that you want to achieve with this camp?
Sure. Well, the first thing is movement, right? So I'm a yoga teacher. I love yoga. And I first, when I first decided I wanted to teach yoga to children, because I saw the transformative power of it, how it increased your peace, your love, increased your joy, and just overall well-being. And so often, our kids need to move. They want to get out there and they want to move and do things. And yoga brings that, gives them an opportunity to move and to have fun and to challenge their bodies. But yoga also is well known for building the qualities of the mind as well, right? To keep us more peaceful and more calm. And so what I really wanted to do was bring together movement and mindfulness, because our kids right now, there's so much in their lives as far as daily challenges. They have stress and anxiety and overwhelm. And so yoga is, mindfulness is part of yoga, right?
Yeah.
And so doing yoga and mindfulness, it helps them to relax. And I feel like if we're going to give anything to our children these days in this nonstop chaotic world, let's give them a way to feel more peace, a way to feel more content, to feel more loving, and really tools that will help them for the rest of their lives to overcome stress and anxiety. And mindfulness and yoga do that.
Well, I think that's wonderful, and there's an added plus in there for parents, because a child that's more peaceful and more mindful is also a child that's a whole lot more focused. Yes. And that's a nice thing to have going on. The other part of it, though, is movie magic. Tell us about the movie magic part.
Absolutely. Well, I believe that our young people have stories to tell from their unique perspectives, and we need to listen to them. We have so much that we can learn from children these days. And so I want to empower our future filmmakers and storytellers by teaching them the basics of photography and filmmaking, using the tool that most of them already have in their hand, a smartphone. So our summer camp includes lessons on smartphone photography and filmmaking, writing, editing, and production planning, so that, they can make really great videos and start to, elevate their filmmaking and photography skills, so that, they're starting to think like professional photographers and professional filmmakers.
I love it. And let me tell you, I can already hear parents getting out their checkbooks. This is a wonderful idea. When does it start, and how are you going to accomplish this? Because everything is online.
Absolutely. This is online. So I'm glad you mentioned that. This is a summer camp that is online, and it starts July 15th and runs through August 14th. It's 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. And the classes are about 2 to 2.5 hours apiece. And we really break each class down into learning something about either ourselves through self-discovery, learning a technical skill, and then we pair each class with yoga, dance, and mindfulness for sure. And we meet online, and it's just a wonderful opportunity for them to come together apart, but to make friends, to learn new skills, to boost their self-esteem, to boost their self-love, and to learn practices like mindfulness that will really help them in their lives, to have more clarity, more calm, and just really be well-centered individuals. So we're online July 15th through August 14th, and you can learn more and you can register at realgirlpower.com.
Well, I'm excited for the kids and their parents who are seeing this and know about it so that they can get them involved in this, because it's a great thing for, and this is specifically for girls. I don't know that we said that. You said it in the title, of course, but it's specifically for young ladies. What's the age range before I let you go?
The age range is 10 to 17. So we got our teens and our tweens, and there are things built in the program specifically for them so that they are always engaged, always entertained. And, you know, I really wanted to give them opportunity to have a lot of fun and to learn a lot and really self-discover. We're going to be making some experimental documentary films and some collaborative projects as well, all about self-love and self-power.
Well, I am psyched up for the kids. I'm a little bit beyond your age range there at the 17 topper, but I'm going to be paying attention because it sounds like something that's going to be a lot of fun for the kids this summer. Thank you so much, Anyetja, for joining me via Zoom. And folks, that website again is CampRealGirlPower.com. Check it out. Here's another look at the work of Irving ISD's talented elementary artists and a list of things to keep you young at heart virtually about town. Here's a fun way to celebrate Independence Day, and these kids say it's so much better than I can, so here's a look.
Oh, say, can you see? Hey, Irving!
Hey, Irving!
Hey, Irving! Hey, Irving! Are you ready to celebrate the 4th of July?
The city of Irving wants you to join us
for our virtual Independence Day celebration. When is it again?
July 4th, starting at 8:30 p.m.
And even though you can't be there in person, you'll get to look back at our favorite memories from Independence Day parades,
a blast from the past fireworks show, and check with your local cable provider to catch our Star Spangled celebration.
You can also watch it on Facebook.com/The City of Irving,
or on YouTube.com/The City of Irving.
And the home of the brave.
That wraps up this edition of About Town. Thanks for joining us. Please be sure to tune in next time for a virtual tour of Stephen Fouch Prince at the Irving Art Center, and we'll visit the Ginger Man in Water Street. Please keep practicing social distancing and other important safety measures as we continue to support each other through this health challenge. We'll leave you tonight with another look at music in the hills. I'm Kathy Whiteman. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next time.